Another day, another dollar. Oh, the cold start. We're going to work.
I know. I'm tired.
I know. It's okay, don't worry. It's all good.
I hope everybody who's watching this has a great day tomorrow, which is your today.
No, it's today.
Yeah, but you're gonna post this
Today.
Today, but it's gonna be more like they're gonna go to work tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Good day.
Let's get this bread. I have my daily dose of crack. Let's do this. Let's make money. All right, we're on lunch. Got pasta and some green beans. It's good. It's real good and real hot. Real good and real hot. Yeah, we're gonna go over some of the stuff that doesn't suck about the Golf that I actually love about this car, that made me really want this car when I first got it, or in general, that make this car not unique, but make this car awesome to me at least. I'm gonna start it with the main reason I got this car, which is reliability. I did a lot of research on, reliable, fun sports cars, entry sports cars that, aren't gonna blow up on you, all that kind of stuff. And this car is really, really, really strong and really reliable. It's never left me on the side of the road. It's never gotten close to leaving me on the side of the road. It's only treated me well, especially with, doing spark plugs late, doing oil change late. It's not bogging out. Nothing's going on. It's not like fucking tweaking out or anything, misfiring. It's treating me well. It's going strong. I can't complain. I've went on plenty of road trips in this car. The reliability of this car is a 10 out of 10, honestly. I couldn't say anything better about it. One thing I complained about is one thing I love about the car is drive feel. So I complained about how tame it was and all that kind of stuff, but one thing that's really fun is how much confidence you have driving this car. This car's like a video game, honestly. This car is like a video game car. I feel like I'm playing not like Forza, but I swear I'm playing Need for Speed in this car. Not how fast it is, but it is planted no matter what I do. I can rip the wheel left, I can rip the wheel right, I can left, right, same thing. You know what I mean? I can do either that, and the car won't it's never kicked out the rear end. It has a little bit of understeer, but I mean, it's a Golf and it's all-wheel drive, kind of happens. But this car is just so much fun to throw into corners, because it's not the fastest car in the world, but it's not the slowest car, so you can throw some speed into a corner and just have a blast in this thing, be planted on the ground, and just not really feel more escalated to go fast. But dude, this thing's drive feel is super smooth and planted, and I love it. It feels solid when you're driving. It feels super solid. I love it. I complained about the exhaust system and not the sound of the car. This is one of the best sounding 4-cylinders, in my opinion. No questions asked. I don't know any that sound better. Maybe a Barth or whatever the fuck they're called. I can't remember, but maybe those things sound crazy. But this is one of the best sounding 4-cylinders I've ever heard before. Especially with a good setup, a good exhaust setup. They sound great. It's a really nice tone, and at high end it sounds really good. I don't know. I complain about the exhaust, but the sound of this car is 100% fucking top tier. It's great. Next thing that I really love about this car has to be the space. My seat's moved back right now for me sitting for lunch and just kind of hanging out with the seat back. But with my normal driving sitting position and my passenger, I've had 5 people in this car for literally 2-3 hour road trips, and no one's complaining. This car's comfortable in the back seats. You're kind of laid back. You're not sat up. You're comfortable back here with a nice leather. Fold it down, and this whole rear cabin, I mean, it's a hatchback, so it has space, but this whole cabin area is more space than you'll ever need, honestly. I've helped people move in this car. I've went up to the mountains in this car. I've loaded a bunch of stuff in this car. This thing has a crazy amount of space for what it shows for the meantime. So 100% has to be the space and how comfortable the car is. Hey, good morning. The next thing is going to be the technology. I love the technology in this car. It has Apple CarPlay, has some newer technology, but also still has dial gauges and some other stuff that kind of still make the car feel grounded. It's in that perfect middle ground of the years where it's the F80 stuff came out where, I mean, growing up, those are my prime cars, I guess you could say. Those are the cars I grew up liking, and those are cars I grew up enjoying and all that kind of stuff. So honestly, to me, this is the prime years of cars that I like, at least. This is where they stem at for me. So it's that perfect middle ground, a new technology that has stuff I want, and also still kind of grounded and tactile. I like it. Next is going to be how the car looks. I love the appearance of this. I love Golfs in general, but this is a perfect middle ground for me. The 7.5 headlights and taillights are, of course, a little bit nicer, but that's okay. It is what it is. But this car looks amazing to me. Oop, out of focus. I looked at this car for 4 months straight, 3 months straight, kept watching videos on it, kept looking at pictures of it, making sure I'd like the car after, a while I own it. It becomes kind of important, This car is honestly to me like a perfect middle ground of like a sleek, fun sports car, but it's also like responsible and respectable. It's nothing really too crazy, too loud, nothing really too much going on, but it's also just enough to where I can enjoy the car and like how it looks and love how it sits. How I said price of power, the power output's one of my favorite things. It's a double-edged sword here. So the power output is great. It's a 4-cylinder, 2-liter turbo. It's a small motor. It's not a big motor. It's a smaller motor, but it makes a great amount of power for what it is. 340 wheel, stage 2, full bolt-on. It's a great amount of power for this car. It gets up and goes. Low end city driving is super fun on low end. That's when boost really hits. But top end is kind of where it dies out. But this car's not really made for top end. It's made for fun around the corners and just kind of fun spritz, essentially, of fun little pulls and all that kind of stuff. Not like big watt pulls until like 60 to 130, all that kind of stuff. But it's a fun car. It's a fun car for how much power it puts out, and it's a fun car for how much power you can get out of it too. You know, upgrading the turbo and all that kind of stuff. This car can be a little tiny monster, not crazy anything monstrous, but a little tiny monster that does tend to cause some problems. But this thing is pretty stout for what it is. The E888 motor, I think it's like the 0.3 that you get in the Mk7. It's a 0.3 or 0.4, one of the ones. It's a stout motor. It's a strong motor. It's a great motor. Has a lot of really solid parts in it. I think like the water pump is the only really bad like point of it. And if you go right around 500 wheel or above that, you're gonna be bending rods. I mean, is what it is. You can only go so far, and that's a lot of power for this motor. You're pushing 3 times the amount, or 2 times the amount, essentially, of the stock horsepower. So you can only go so far. But the actual power output of these things is really solid. I love it. One thing I used to complain about is the community, because I used to think there wasn't a big community here in the area I live in. But there is. It's a really solid community for the guys that are here, and the guys that are here make really good power, and some have built motors, some are, you know, pushing crazy power and trying to push the platform and help kind of make it go farther. But the people in the community are pretty open, sometimes pretty open to helping out, depending on what it is, but they're pretty open to helping out, and they're pretty open to like giving you tips and stuff that like, hey, this is where I messed up, or hey, this could be this, or whatever it may be, and just kind of in general giving, for someone like me that wants to go a little bit faster, they help me out, giving me a little information on going faster, and all that kind of stuff. But the community is pretty decent, and it's really niche. So when you see people that have the same car, it's a fun little, hey, like random. But one time, you know, I have a Mk7. I saw someone that had a Mark 7.5 and we had a Mark 8. So we all like parked in like a triangle, and it was like small stuff like that. It's just funny and neat, you know what I mean? But just the kind of small niche community. Not everyone knows about these cars. Everyone calls it a GTI, which I mean, at that point, if you care, it's your own dealio. It doesn't really matter that much. Who cares? But the people that know about the cars kind of know about it. It's like, oh, hey, cool. You know, that's that, you know, it's sick. And added on top, the kind of like one of my last favorite things about it, it is the most affordable and is the most reliable all-wheel drive platform you can get into that's pretty entry level, that isn't pretty expensive. It's a solid all-wheel drive platform that works amazing, and in general, it's not too expensive to get into, and it's not going to really cause too many headaches. So that's another big old win. Bag has been acquired. We're on to the body shop my car got worked on, and we're going to go pick up a little part that they just forgot to put on. So yeah, we're gonna grab that right now. And the grand reveal is that little plastic cover that covers the sensor that goes around it. That's it. Yeah, they forgot to put that back on when they finished the car. So just got that back. And we are home. We're done with work. That is everything that I really love about the Golf, and some of the main reasons and features why I got the Golf over other cars that I was looking at the time when I was looking at buying a car. It takes all the boxes I need. I really want all-wheel drive. Did I need it? No. Is it still cool? Yes. But I don't even regret it, honestly. Yeah, that's everything. Other than that, catch you guys on the next one. Adios. Are you subscribed and do you have post notifications on? Because if not, you don't get, I'm not sharing my cheese sticks with you. And that's my beef jerky. That's just not fair. Because if you are, then you get a beef stick and cheese. If not, then you don't.